Hello and welcome. I'm Tom Sinclair, your head idiot for the day, and welcome to Streaming Idiots. Another in the short run of shows about streaming, about live streaming. If you're here, it's because either you clicked on the wrong link or you have come to find out about live streaming, and I'm happy to share what I know with you, which, I was talking to somebody this morning, and I said, in this little sliver of live streaming, I'm kind of in the shallow end of the pool and practically over my head even there. But I do know a little bit, and I'm happy to share my, my ignorance with you. Couple interesting subjects today. We're gonna tap on the update to vMix. vMix 17 has come out with the 88 update, the .88, and that includes the automatic streaming to Facebook Live. That's going to be pretty cool. I have a confession to make, and so we'll get to that in just a minute. And then I have the announcement of a rant. How about that? I've never heard anybody say that before, so it's new with me. Announcement of a rant, and then we're going to talk about a new product that's out by StarTech, and then we'll follow up with a look at upcoming shows. So hopefully we'll have all of that as our agenda today, and we can kind of get it all in the allotted time, which of course there is no allotted time. It's the internet. We can do whatever we want to. But hey, this is being a brief overview. Today, the live portion is being broadcast live to our website, but through a embed from YouTube. So if you're watching live, there's about a 10-second latency between the time I say it and the time you hear it. So if you're in the chat room and you're hearing something and I'm not responding, it's because I've already gone by that subject. No, I'm just teasing. Love to have folks here live. We've got a great group in there today. Well, most of them are great. There are a couple of little troublemakers in there. If you're watching us on YouTube, not YouTube Live, but the YouTube recorded version, thanks for tuning in. We hope you'll subscribe at some point in the future. And maybe even join us for a live show, because the live shows are a ton of fun. And then, of course, after the live show, in the post-show, we have refreshments. So people always want to hang around for the refreshments. And generally, the person that shows up late during the live show has to bring the refreshments. So I'm keeping an eye on the list of the folks that are in the chat room right now, and we'll see who shows up late. There's always one or two. So, vMix 17 is in its 88th edition, or 88th rendition. Not really, because a lot of those were never published. I think we jumped from 85 to 88. 85 was released about, I guess, a week or 10 days ago. 88 was released yesterday. And 88, the big news for vMix 17.0.0.88 is that now vMix is one-touch stream compatible with vMix, with Facebook. So you can do Facebook Live through vMix without having to touch anything, and I'll show you what that looks like. Let's set up a little, we didn't do this. We should have done it earlier. We're going to set up a little screen capture, and I'm basically just going to capture my desktop here. So let's see if I can do that. See if we can get away with doing it here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so here's my desktop. And of course, in the top right-hand corner, that's the output window, so that goes off to infinity. That's the one over there. And then I'm over here in preview, and then, of course, all the other places along the way. So if we want to do the live stream to Facebook, we'll come down here to the bottom to the stream button, and you can see the stream button down at the bottom. And to the left of that is a little gear icon that says configure streaming settings. Well, that's what we want. We want to configure streaming settings. So we can go to that, and let's we're going to go to the destination. There's a new destination here. It's called Facebook. Hoo-wee. And then from there, we can go into our Facebook. We'll log into Facebook. And I would put in my login information right here, but I don't have a way of graying it out live, so I'm not going to do that for you right now. But there is a good tutorial that vMix has got that shows you how to do that. The information here on this status not logged in page basically is where we would put the title of the live stream and then any information that we wanted to about the live stream down here, including our location and then a selection on privacy. And then we would click start and away we would go. It's that simple. It's that simple. Now, the caveat to all of this is, that you have to be a Facebook verified identity, whether it's your personal page or a page that you manage, or a group or whatever it may be. You have to get verified with Facebook in order to do that. So that's not something everybody can do. So if you can't do that, then you're not going to be able to use this streaming settings shortcut in vMix. That's right, in vMix. But all is not lost. All is not lost because, and let's see, let's pull up this little page into preview right here. And in fact, we're going to cut to that so you can see. This is my Eastern Shore Broadcasting Facebook page. And right in the top of it is a, let's see, I don't know. Yeah, you can't see my mouse. But right in the top, kind of halfway between me and Martin Sinclair, Martin's the one on the right, of course, in the menu is something called Publishing Tools. So if you click Publishing Tools, it will take you to the Publishing Tools page, of course. And then in the left-hand column of Publishing Tools, right over here, if you can see that one kind of flashing off and on, is called Video Library. So select Video Library. And then when the Video Library comes up, right over here, you can see it kind of flash a little bit, is the Live button. If you click Live, and I guess I probably shouldn't have done that because you can see all my all my codes there, but that's where I would pick up the URL and the stream key from, and we'll go back to this, and let's just, oops, didn't mean to do that. There we go. Put me back up there. So when we go into the streamer, we can select, and I've already got this selected, Facebook via RTMP. I'm going to come down here and select destination, which is a custom RTMP server. And now I can put in, that's an old key, so you can see that one if you want to. It doesn't work anymore. Now I can put in the URL that I got from Facebook, and I can put in the stream key that I got from Facebook. And now I'm streaming just like anything else. And when I click start down here, I still have to go over and start the stream live in Facebook, and we'll actually do this in the post show today. So we'll close that out. So if you don't have a verified page, there still is a way for you to stream to your page. It's just not as easy. It's a little bit more cumbersome, and you have to get a different stream key every time. So you're not SOL at that point. You can still do that. That's the big news with vMix 17.0.0.88. Now there are some other stuff. There is some other stuff that is important to know about 8.8. Number one, the NDI from NewTek has been updated by NewTek, therefore it's been updated by vMix. So if you get vMix 17.0.0.88, you're getting the latest, greatest NDI edition. Also, vMix has also updated the web browser input. So now it works a little bit better with Chrome browser. It didn't work so well before in some cases. And then there's a whole new set of new features in the countdown function in the title input. So if you like to do things with counting up or counting down, for soccer or other sporting events. You can see those there. And you can find out more about these, because I'm not going to go into a lot of depth on them, at the vMix forum, which is forums.vmix.com. Go to the General tab and then go to vMix 17 change log and scroll down to .88, and you can see all the latest changes and what they were. And this does include some bug fixes. There were some issues with the, Jim wanted me to mention, the Blackmagic Designs Quad 2 card. And they, let's see, it says they used to, the end result is vMix will drop the audio from the card on the external outputs. And they're still working on that, but they're getting some of those bugs. And again, if you know anything about Blackmagic Designs, if you've been around them for a while, you know that they are not known for their reliable work every time drivers. They're rather known for buggy drivers. So buggy drivers. You know, 200 years ago, that had a whole different meaning. Okay. So, do you want to get vMix 17, the latest, greatest, .88? Yes, you do. You do. That's what we're using now. Don't anticipate any problems with it. We are going to continue to use it unless we find out otherwise. Oops, somebody lost a video on YouTube. I suspect they are having an internet problem because other people are saying that they're okay. You can get vMix 17/88 at vmix.com. Just right on the front page where it says download the trial, you can go there, and that's just the new vMix. You can get it right there. If you don't have vMix and you'd like to get it, you can go to vmix.com. Wow, that was fascinating. Okay, I think we're back here. Goodness gracious. If you're watching live, wasn't that exciting? Actually, it wasn't exciting at all. If you're watching the recorded version, we'll probably cut that out. Okay. I was just talking about how reliable vMix version .88 was, and then all of a sudden it froze. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see if there is an issue there. Let's see, CPU 13%, render time 7 milliseconds, so it looks like we're doing pretty good there. And total CPU 30%, memory 4.5 gigs. Okay, I think we're okay, so we'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on that. Well, I was just about to recommend that vMix 17.0.0.88 was a definitely go get, but since we had it freeze right now, you might want to wait just a minute and let's see if that happens again and see if there are some problems. Whenever you get a new update, I'm always quick to go ahead and use it and risk it. because that's the whole idea of this show, is that you get to see what it's like to do live streaming, and this is kind of a warts and all show. But if you are doing, finished product for a client, you may want to wait. Yeah, somebody's saying stay with .85 just in case, and we'll see we'll see how this does in the future. We'll keep an eye on this. But this is .88 right here, so we'll move on from that. I do have a confession to make. In last week's show, I gave some praise to Panasonic for bringing out an NDI compatible camera. And I was so excited because I read a news story that was based on the press release from Panasonic's public relations department, I'm sure, about this NDI compatible camera. Excuse me just a second here. And I was duped. And so were you by me, and I want to confess and apologize. It is not an NDI compatible pink lemonade. It is not an NDI compatible camera. I have to lay off this game. Compatible was the word. It is a camera that can connect to a PC that runs the NDI Connect application from NewTek. Well, my Canon HFR100 can do that. Does that mean that Canon can come out with a press release and say that all the cameras in their line are NDI compatible? I'm getting ahead of myself. This is next week's story. In fact, next week, you want to watch live because it's currently under development right now, right here in our studio. We are developing a new NDI application called Leash. That's right, Leash, Leash. And we will be introducing to you the first ever NDI compatible Jack Russell Terrier on this show next week via our new NDI app called NDI Leash. Because anything can be NDI compatible, right? Give me a break. Goodness gracious. Anyway, next week, NDI compatible Jack Russell Terrier, right here on this show. Set your VCRs to tape it. You won't be. What won't you be? You won't be disappointed. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe not. Sorry about that. It really tore me up because the way the Panasonic news story about their press release read, it didn't talk about the NDI, the NewTek NDI Connect app as being what made their Panasonic $8,000 camera NDI compatible. But when you read the press release, there it was. NDI Connect is what makes it happen. Well, if that's the case, that's a non-story. That's somebody's trying to get some press out there for Panasonic, and I sure fell for it, and I gave them credit for doing something that they did not do. Panasonic did not bring an NDI compatible camera to market. You can't plug that camera in and have it recognized on the network as a video source. That's the definition, in my mind, of an NDI compatible device. Camera, microphone, whatever. Plug it in, the network sees it because NDI is built into the device. That's the test right there. Not that you can plug it into a computer that's running NDI Connect. Yeah, we can all develop a little microbox Windows-based PC or even Linux-based PC or who knows whatever based PC that we can plug a camera into that'll plug into the internet. bird-dog.tv folks have got I guess it's SDI and HDMI converter that will convert that camera and make it NDI compatible where it doesn't have to be plugged into a PC. That is the standard. NDI compatible doesn't mean you can use an app from NewTek and call it NDI compatible. That's not it. It's not it. Sorry, folks. So my apologies to you for misleading you, and I want to go back and re-edit all the description for last week's video on that subject and make sure that I might even take that video down. Well, we'll see. There may be some other good stuff that's worth leaving it up for. So that's my rant for the moment. NDI compatibility, in my mind, I'm going to make this definition if nobody else will, means that you can plug a device into your network and it will be recognized on the network as an NDI device, i.e. vMix can receive the video or audio from that device directly, not through an intermediary. So that's my rant. That's my rant. I've also got another rant. I guess this is probably against Intel, because it took the good folks from StarTech way too long to release this Thunderbolt 3 to Thunderbolt adapter. And they announced that this was going to be available back in March. And I don't have any of my close-up cameras set up. I'm sorry about that, but it's an adapter. You've seen one, you've seen them all. It's got Thunderbolt 3 on this end. It's got Thunderbolt on that end. Is it Thunderbolt 2 or Thunderbolt 1? Well, it don't care. You plug 1 or 2 into that and plug this into your Thunderbolt 3 laptop or desktop. And so now all your Thunderbolt legacy devices are now Thunderbolt 3 compatible. Doesn't mean they're going to run at Thunderbolt 3 speeds. It just means, oh boy, I slipped that compatible word right in there, didn't I? They're not Thunderbolt 3 compatible. They'll exist under Thunderbolt 3, but they don't run at Thunderbolt 3 speeds. Don't misunderstand me. I want to give you accurate information. We are giving these away with our Bolt 4. Our Bolt 4 is a Thunderbolt 1 device. That's the device that does 4 ports of HDMI or HDSDI capture via Thunderbolt 1. And the enclosure that's built for it is a Thunderbolt 1 enclosure, which is plenty fast. But some of the new laptops now are coming out with Thunderbolt 3 only, and so this adapter has finally been released. So now those of you that bought laptops with Thunderbolt 3 and were waiting to use your Thunderbolt devices, now you can get these. These are available on B&H Photo and Amazon and a ton of other places. You can pay anywhere, I think the list price is over $100 US, but you should be able to pick them up for $70 plus or minus around. So keep an eye out, and it is the TBT 3TB TADAP. Got that? Just search for Thunderbolt 3 and you'll get it. The Thunderbolt 3 to Thunderbolt adapter from StarTech, and there's another company that's made it. But theirs is not quite the value price, and you know I'm a value price kind of guy, so I went for the value price version. But you can be value price too and get one free with our Bolt 4, which is $12.99, and it's available in our store at easternshorebroadcasting.com, so you can check it out there. Check it out there. The on upcoming shows, I see that one of our guests has just entered the chat room here. Coming up on June 29th, if we have a fair wind, Stephen Haywood from the Tech Buzz will be joining us live, coming on over to Streaming Idiots. He was gracious enough to invite me on his show a while back, and so we, of course, have to. We don't have to, but we want to have him on the show here on Streaming Idiots. Idiot by association is what he'll be, I guess, for the day. So you'll want to mark your calendar for June 22nd, June 29th. June 22nd, Rudy Ellis with Switchboard. These are the folks that developed the Restream.io process, the app that allows you to take one stream and send it to multiple CDNs. So make sure that you tune in on the 22nd if you're interested in restreaming. I think that's got everything today. I know we've got looks like Stephen was the last one to come into the chat today, so he has to supply refreshments to the rest of the guys there. So he needs to figure out some virtual refreshments to share. That's the deal. If you're watching us on Facebook recorded, if you're watching this on YouTube, the recorded version of that, we hope you'll subscribe, because if you watch this far, obviously you're interested in what's going on. If you're watching us live, hang out with us for a few seconds as we close up the show, and we'll start the pre-show in just a moment. And if you're watching us, I guess that's really the only two ways you can watch, is live and on YouTube. So it's really limited and it's really simple. So if you've got questions about streaming and you think I can help you, shoot me an email, tom@easternshorebroadcasting.com. If you're interested in purchasing the vMix software, I'm a licensed vMix, or really I'm an authorized. I'm licensed too, but that's a driver's license. But I'm an authorized vMix reseller. I'm also authorized reseller for the Magwell line of capture cards and the PTZ Optics line of cameras, and so we'd be delighted to assist you with any of those, and also design and build custom streaming PCs. If you need something that you can't find on the open market, we can build it for you. easternshorebroadcasting.com. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let's see if I can get the show closing up here without botching it. Thanks so much for tuning in. Look forward to seeing you again next week. That would be Wednesday at 3 o'clock Eastern at easternshorebroadcasting.com. We'll see you then.